Hey friends, it's me, Dr. Missy Hillock, and I am here with an energy forecast for the week of June 7th through 13th, 2026. So we have now just spent the last week on the heels of the last full moon, a very powerful full moon that we had on May 31st. And remember, the 2 weeks after the full moon are this phase of divine surrender. It's where things come to an end, things come to completion, but also a time when things really like emotionally rise to the surface so that we can let go the things that we've been carrying within our bodies, within ourselves, within our memories, things that no longer serve us, things that maybe we didn't process, or just old beliefs, ideas, desires that don't resonate with us anymore and aren't aligned with where we're heading. So they give us this time period to sort of let things come up, sometimes really spontaneously and uncomfortably, so that we can release, we can surrender those things. And so if you've been having a really emotional week like I have, know that that's really typical. Again, this particular full moon was a big one, and it's been preparing us for the new moon that's coming a week from now. It's coming next Sunday on the 14th. And so that the new moon phase is the time of creation and expansion and newness. And so know that this is going to be another full week of some really beautiful opportunities to let things go, some divine surrender. Personally, I have just really felt so many memories that are attached to particular emotions, some weird moments of anxiety coming up about very, very specific things, memories from my past, moments from my past that have just showed me where I'm still holding some pain, some fears, some resistance to where I'm headed. And certainly, I've been experiencing some personal grief. I lost my best friend just over a month ago, and I know that that's part of what's coming here in this time of grief. But it's also really this season of surrender and letting go, and kind of this tumultuous emotional energy below the surface that's happening for all of us. And so, know if you're feeling kind of emotionally overwhelmed, even though you may be pulled in the direction of movement right now. There's so much, it's a busy time of year. There are graduations and weddings and parties and summer vacations, and all those things are happening. And yet, you may be feeling unmotivated or disconnected from that, or really called into stillness, whether it's physically or emotionally and mentally. And again, know that I understand it. It's very normal. And the cards that I've pulled for this week to really support us through this are hopefully going to really open your heart and your mind to this whole process, and know that we are divinely supported through it all. So let me show you what I pulled. The first deck that I pulled from is the Law of Positivism. This is a really beautiful deck that I use pretty frequently, and I've never drawn this card before, and I was mesmerized with it. And it's so perfect for everything that I've just described and what's happening right now energetically. And the card is card number 24. My heart is open to receiving love. And not only do I love that message, my heart is open to receiving love, but I really, really appreciate the imagery here in relation to, again, what I've just shared about what's kind of going on with us all individually. And so the card, of course, when it's talking about receiving love, this isn't just romantic love. Although in the image here, you can see there's two people holding hands. And so that would give us the idea that we're open to receiving that type of love. And that is true. But think of this more broadly as the heart as our energetic center. Think of it as our true, like the center of the universe, where heaven and earth meet, the portal to our divine connection, to our connection to ourself, to our connection to the earth. Think of that energetic heart space as the gateway to our connection to everything. And what happens when we are pained, when we are carrying anxiety and trauma and pain that hasn't been processed? What happens when we're just going about life and all of a sudden we experience something that we don't like, something that causes us fear or discomfort? Our immediate reaction, the unconscious reaction, is for our heart portal to close. Okay. And when we close our heart, when we put up walls, when we put up those defenses, it's definitely a defense mechanism. It's for protection. It's to keep us from experiencing any harm. But what happens when we close our heart is we close our heart not just to the things we're trying to protect it from, but we close our heart to all the good stuff too. We close it to our connection to our source. We close it to our connection to our wisdom and our guidance and our intuition. And so a closed heart is really a harmful way to go about life. And so this is really a beautiful invitation to open our hearts in general to receiving love from another, to receiving love from the divine. So love and support and guidance from our teams of light, our soul family, love from ourself. And the symbolism here, of course, there are roses, which is a very common symbol that we see spiritually to represent the heart center, but also a chalice, which is also, again, another symbol that we often see for this. And the way I like to use a chalice in my visualization is I like to imagine my heart center as a chalice. And, you know, the adage, you can't get from an empty cup, right? So imagining this chalice that's just overflowing with love, overflowing with guidance and wisdom, overflowing with resources, with time, with all the things that you could receive and have and be able to share with others. Think of your heart space as this beautiful chalice that can hold so much. And when it's overflowing, when you've got so much that you don't know what to do with it, you can share it with others. And of course, when you're running dry, when it's running low, it's a call to go within, to connect, and to get those things filled back up so that we can be our best self, not just for ourselves, but for others. And so again, the imagery here is really inviting us into this reconnection with our own heart, this beautiful healing that can and is taking place within us to help us open our heart again, to open our heart again to love, to open our heart again to belief and trust in a higher power and how it all works out and where we're being guided, where we're being pulled. So a belief and trust in our path forward, in our own gifts and our own purpose, and a belief in our own value and our own ability to love and respect and honor ourselves, which is where it all begins from. So use this as inspiration this week to know that if you're going through some challenging things, and things have felt heavy or things have felt emotional, and you're being called into the surrender of letting go, this sort of little bit of a breakdown of between your thoughts and your emotions and kind of where you're heading and what you want. This is a beautiful reminder to open the heart and to ask and connect and allow that energy in. Allow the walls to begin to come down. Allow yourself to soften, to receive the love of the universe. And then the second card I pulled goes so great with this one. I pulled from the Healing Spirits Oracle, and I received card number 1. And the message is, the first step is taken. You have asked for help. And the reason I love this card so much in relation to what I just shared is that this is a reminder that it is already happening. When we're in a place where we're wanting to open our heart, where we're wanting to heal, we're wanting to surrender and let go, we need simply ask, because the asking is the miracle, right? The asking, the wanting, the desiring for things to be different and for us to be able to open our heart and break down the walls and put down the defenses so that we can stay connected. Even if connected means sometimes we experience pain, because when we love people and we love things and we love ourselves, that's what opens us up to pain, right? Loss and hurt and things like that. So we want to remain open, but we also want to remain open from a place where we know that we are divinely protected. And so this is saying, simply asking for that type of protection and that type of guidance and support from your angels, your guides, from your higher power, it's already done. And the unfolding, it's like when things happen in the quantum, they happen in a snap. But the problem with what the quantum field is and what the physical world is the physical world is very dense. The energy here is very slow to create matter. So even though things happen in a snap, in a energetic sense, it does take time sometimes for us to see the physical changes and manifestations that result from what happens when we ask and when we are being guided to something. So know that it's also normal to be impatient, but we're also asked to be patient, to receive and to see what's coming our way. But the asking is the assurance that it's already done and it's done for us. And the last card that I pulled, I wanted to bring in some angelic support. So some energy that could come in and just help us kind of sweep through what we've been working through and provide us a little bit of a boost and a clearing toward this. So I pulled from the Angelic Activations Oracle, and the card that came through was Michael, Archangel Michael. And the card is clearing the way. And there's an activation. So the way these cards work, each one is different, and there's a bit of an activation on the back. So the activation is, thank you, Michael, for clearing the road to my highest truth. And there's a little bit of another message that I'm going to read in just a moment. But the reason I love Michael coming through in this particular reading for this week is he brings the sword, right? He brings this sword of light. And this sword is our divine protection. And it helps to clear away the energetic blocks and the fears and the anxieties that we hold as the human within the ego mind, so that the spirit, so that the heart, so that our soul, our spirit can be more free and open and ready to expand. So as we work through this week, as we head toward this new moon that's coming, that's going to be this incredibly powerful super moon, this is a beautiful way that Michael can come in and help energetically work with us to prepare us, to allow us to cut some of those energetic cords away from the heart and allow us to shed the things that don't serve us and that are keeping us feeling some discomfort and not aligned and all the things that you may have been experiencing. And so the message on the card says, this is a time of great change. Know that all of the roadblocks and challenges you've been facing are part of a great shift that is unfolding in your life. All aspects of your world that are not in alignment with your highest good are being cleared away so that you can stand in your truth once and for all. Trust in the unfolding. And again, I love this because not only is this amazing for this week and for what we've been going through, but also as we prepare for the major things that are happening later in June and into July, these big alignments and cosmic shifts that are creating on a global scale and on a cosmic scale, a lot of kind of twists and turns energetically. And so this is saying that's a good thing. It's a good thing that things are changing. But what often happens for us as the human is when things are changing, we get freaked out because we don't like the unknown. And even when we know something appears to be happening for us, the change could be leading us in a great direction and towards something new. It's not uncommon for our nervous system to still feel discomfort or fearful in relation to the change. So we're inviting Michael in to help energetically come in and recalibrate our nervous systems and allow us to feel safe and peaceful and trusting so that our heart can open. And so we can fill that heart chalice and allow the energy to come in and the insights to come in and protection to come in and love to come in. So we have all these beautiful things to share, first with ourselves and then to those around us. So I hope this message supports you this week. I look forward to coming to you next week as we lean into the energy of the new moon that's coming. But until then, take care of yourself, love yourself first, and look for every opportunity and every reason to open your heart and let that heart chalice fill and overflow. If you want to make sure that you don't miss any of these messages, you can certainly follow my YouTube channel here, where I will post a video every Sunday in relation to the energetic forecast. You can also sign up for my mailing list in the link below, and that way you'll get some emails a few times a week with some great tips and guidance and tools that you can use to support yourself along your journey. I look forward to seeing you next time, friends. Bye.